Hey, Mr. B, did you write a little ditty for the Oscars as you are prone to do?
I didn't write any ditties, but I was going to say, welcome to the 97th Annual Academy Awards, hosted by the Film Dogs.
I was hoping you were going to work the word prostate in to your opening.
Part of that word I am going to fit into it with prostitute because of Anora, which is bound to potentially win a bunch of awards tonight.
I got good. I think I've said off mic, maybe through some text messages. I think that's one of the more intriguing matchups for tonight, along with Best Actor, but the Best Actress between Demi and Mikey Madison, given the SAG Awards.
And a recent watch for you. It's finally made it onto streaming here in Australia. It was a bit hard for us to get to in cinemas.
So since our last episode where we sort of gave our Film Dog Awards, I hadn't seen Anora at that point, and now that I've seen it, man, what a powerhouse. It is. Sean Baker's a pretty special filmmaker. I still kind of think maybe not to be all into knowing for sure.
With a crystal ball.
The Brutalist is a daggone fine film. I stick by most of my original Film Dog Awards.
Yeah.
But now, having seen Anora, even with a supporting actor, like Edward Norton was a big shoe-in for me, absolutely, for sure. But, and I've not seen A Real Pain, so I can't speak to Kieran Culkin's performance, but I dominating the awards circuit.
He's been dominating the circuit,
so
for
I
sure.
kind of got to feel that way. But, man, I tell you, Anora, I loved so many things about it. I wouldn't say... It didn't really have a score to speak of, but the writing was really good. The acting performances were fantastic, and it has this sort of new Americana feel to it. Sort of life in the trailer park or life in like lower class, so like a lower socioeconomic class, as opposed to old town USA Americana, like David Lynch's Americana. This is a totally different kind of thing, and it's beautiful and it's wonderful.
Well, because tonight we actually want to do something a bit different for the Film Dogs, because we've already done who we thought should win awards for the Oscars this year. And during that episode, we have mentioned that we would actually like to live record our thoughts while we watch the Oscars and they are given away. So maybe it works with you listening to our episode before this one. Or if you're in your search looking for Film Dogs 2025 Oscar nominations. Plus, we also talk about a Film Dogs fairy tale, our beginning, how we started. But tonight we are going to live stream the Oscars and our live thoughts on it. If you are someone who wants to watch the Oscars along with us, come join us. If you don't have time for the Oscars, or if you're driving in your car and you would like to listen to the Oscars like you're listening to radio, we're your announcers, your friendly announcers tonight. Mostly friendly. We don't bite. I mean, sometimes Lord Marcus bites, but we won't hold it against him.
Hey, sometimes people say that it's like, I don't bite, we don't bite, maybe a bite. I fucking bite. Like, I bite like I'm in a Guadagnino bones and all scene. I bite. I take bones and all.
Bite me once, shame on you. Bite me twice, shame on me.
Hey, it's bones and all. There's only one bite. There's no two bites.
That's a big jaw.
And a healthy metabolism.
Yeah. Well, let's maybe jump into the Oscars.
Let's do it.
There are, looks like we've missed some of the timing in the background. We're watching the red carpet and we're trying to watch it live in Australia with the live stream here on Channel 7. And we're already jumping into what appears to be Best Supporting Actor. Let's take it away. I did like A Real Pain. I do like Kieran Culkin talking. I like his persona. I'm not sure how concerned I was about him winning.
Who, Karen?
Yeah.
I think he's won every
especially
single award.
Yeah, especially with Guy Pearce. I don't know. We already talked about like the Adrien Brody fact of going, do you give him the award because he was a great actor, considering he's kind of done a role like this before? And everybody is saying the same thing towards Culkin because he's just kind of replaying himself, like from Succession and from
well,
other
I think
parts.
even Eisenberg said that when he was directing him that he would not take any direction. It's like, I've got it. I'm going to do it my way. And it's obviously he's just gotten himself some Oscar gold off of being himself. I was kind of hoping that, man, that there would just be a surprise, like all of the winners that are winning everything. This just makes it sort of non-surprise. I'm happy for him. I like him. You ever seen Succession?
I've only watched like one episode.
It's worth watching for him even.
It's on the list, kind of like how Twin Peaks was always on the list.
Finish Twin Peaks first.
I reckon Eisenberg will be happy with the win.
Well, it's going to get people to watch, because I'll watch A Real Pain now.
Yeah, exactly.
Shouldn't say now, like because he's won the Oscar. It's just become
available. Oh, you're that easily swayed into watching a movie, depending on the awards it's gotten.
Totally.
Lord Marcus, very on brand for you.
Totally. Mediocre.
We live in the future. Happy Monday world. We're watching the Oscars on Monday while you're in Sunday. And it's the morning, which is a bit annoying for an award show, but we're here and we want to tell you what we think because we have opinions and they're important.
Oh, bummer. I would like to have seen what Dr. Doom had to say. Oh, is that Goldie Hawn? Where's your husband? I want to see him.
Stage manager's like, now, I've just checked that I've given you the correct envelope.
Yeah. Small things like these.
You heard anything about this?
I heard that it was sort of a shame that Mr. Murphy did not win or even sort of get any kind of recognition at the Irish Film Awards because Kneecap sort of cleaned up everything.
Yeah, but you really like Kneecap.
Yeah, I thought Kneecap was deserving, but I think some people were like, well, he's just fresh off of Oscar Gold and it doesn't even get nominated for this wonderful film. That's about the only press that I've really read about that. Boom. All right, well, no surprise with the win for Kieran Culkin, Best Supporting Actor. Congratulations,
KC.
Mr. Culkin. Hey, what's happening, Mr. Culkin, with your brother?
Bring him back.
No,
we
don't
movies?
need to bring him back. I just want to know what he's up to these days. I need a new connect.
He's probably watching himself on TV every
He's
Christmas.
probably used some AI to clone himself into accepting the Oscar award.
Well, he's probably cloned himself, and he walks around in a red jumper and a BB gun strapped around him.
He's probably home,
and he's
alone.
And he's named his son Kevin.
He's probably home alone.
Kevin.
That's what he's named his hypodermic.
Oh gosh, hypodermic.
All right, man. I hope we get some surprises tonight.
What surprises would you like to see? Do you know what surprises I would like? I would like Wicked to win nothing.
I would like to see Dune 2 win the Best Picture. That would be my ultimate surprise. You know what?
There is still a chance for that to happen. It has happened before.
My absolute best surprise would be that the Best Director goes to someone that wasn't even nominated. That would be my best surprise.
And it goes to Emma Stone. Wait, so La La Land. No, that's the wrong envelope. My mistake. You a Conan O'Brien fan?
Definitely.
Same. 8 Academy Award noms, A Complete Unknown. This was a big front runner for me to win a bunch of stuff, for my preference at least. I'm waiting it to hit streaming in Australia because I really am fanging for a rewatch. Favorite James Mangold film? Go.
Oh, you like it better than Walk the Line?
You like it better than Walk the Line?
No, I'm saying. Oh, you're asking me what my favorite.
I'm
is.
asking you. What's your favorite?
I really love Logan. I really love Walk the Line. I really love A Complete Unknown.
All equally the same?
No, probably not
You
equally
sound
the
like
same.
you sound like me, never giving an answer. You've called me out for that on the pod before.
I'll go Walk the Line.
Nice. You watched that in theaters?
Definitely, yeah. Open at night.
I watched it with my dad. Great film.
I'm pretty sure I went and saw it alone.
Planned or unplanned?
I think unplanned. I don't know.
Mrs. B really likes Andrew Garfield because of the way that he talks about his mother, which is nice, I guess. He loves his mom and cried publicly talking about her when she had passed. And she likes that he can be emotional and not feel bad about it.
He was at one point
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
The Zap had a question if Garfield was Spider-Man, and he was. That suit looks comfortable with the kind of silk shirt. If you're going to the Academy Awards, may as well be comfortable. Andrew Garfield is talking about animated shorts. Do you think snails have memories in their lifetime?
I do not think that snails can even be questioned.
If you helped them cross a road, do you think they'd remember?
If you personally helped them,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I do. I think they would be full of gratitude. Have you heard the old saying about snail gratitude?
I heard it in a book once, but feel free to explain it.
Oh, God. A snail's gratitude is the equivalent of Andrew Garfield's emotional stability about his mother.
Emotional stability, that's a hot topic in 2025. Emotional stability. Do you have it?
I got it. And these guys are excited.
I was wanting to screen this one for the kids because I thought it might be a good film for the kids. Who gave this guy the acceptance speech option?
I want the dude on the right to start talking.
He looks like he's high as shit. We're talking about the curly-headed guy from Flow. He's literally standing there thinking, damn, I wish I didn't take that LSD right before I got out of the limo. And then shotgunned a Long Island iced tea and some cocaine. All these people really cared about what animated short was going to win. Which is obviously why they got Goldie Hawn to give it away. I think I misspoke. Maybe I said animated short for the last category. I meant like full feature. This is for short right now. Flow won for best animated feature. We should definitely probably watch Wander to Wonder sometime. Especially because it's a short. I feel like we could get into it if it's only 20 minutes. Oh, wow.
So I got to think about short. I was thinking about
In the Shadow of the Cypress, just
in short
one
films,
animated
like,
short.
Why aren't short films more popular than they are? Now I'll say this because they don't require a lot of your time, and over the course of musical evolution, if we're talking about music as a way of storytelling, then like 300 years ago, 200 years ago, long symphonies, 5 movements, like an hour and a half for your music. And now it's been simplified into 3 chords and the truth. And this is very like nobody wants to listen to symphonies or operas or things that are 15-minute prog rock experiments. They like 2.5-minute little puff pieces that really aren't that challenging. I'm just surprised that people still prefer long form movies instead of having something that's easily digestible.
I mean, what else?
Like short film would be like the new pop song.
What else are they going to watch while they're looking at Instagram? You'd only get, 20 minutes of Instagram as opposed to a full hour.
Well, this is why like short films seem like it would be more of a more conducive. Like everybody should sign up for MUBI and have a vast data of short films, because you could watch a good 5-minute short film by Denis Villeneuve and then you can go back to your scrolling instead of sort of half watching a movie and then having a discussion with it about pizza and not knowing what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, while you brought up MUBI, do you have a MUBI of the week that you'd like to talk about in between next category?
I will. I do. I'll wait until we have the next break in nominations.
Sweet. I wonder how many phone calls had to be made to get them visas, considering he's saying yesterday they didn't even have visas to get into America. No, really, man. We're nominated for Oscars. Seat of the Sacred Fig, that was Iranian, wasn't it, as well?
Yes.
Yeah, so two knobs and one win already tonight in the Oscars for
cast and
Iran.
crew have been banned from leaving the country of Iran. I was like, as much as I support the Iranian people, it is like this travesty that they have such an oppressive government, which is half the reason that the movie The Seat of the Sacred Fig got made, and that the director had to flee to Germany to get the film made.
So it is a Seat of Sacred Fig is from Germany on the bill, but he is Iranian and had to leave the country so this movie could come out.
I think the Oscars need some new composers.
Somebody is just sitting behind stage with a MIDI keyboard right now playing this live.
What are those things called that you like to play with?
A Casio.
A vocoder.
Little did we know that it's John Heater. Is that Napoleon Dynamite? Is that his name?
Oh, I don't know.
He's behind stage playing a little Casio.
Dancing in his underwear.
With a headband.
Yeah.
Just like the Zappa. So what movie of the week did you want to talk about, Lord Marcus?
My recommendation for MUBI of the week for this first week of March 2025 is a Japanese film from the year 2000 by Batoro Rauru called Battle Royale. MUBI's take: before Squid Game was even invented, cult director Kenji Fukasaku caused a sensation with his dystopian bloodbath Battle Royale. Based on a controversial novel, this highly political and adrenaline-charged movie adds a modern twist to the classic Lord of the Flies scenario. Fans of The Hunger Game would probably like to get into this film if they wanted something that was a little more serious and a little more original, but essentially it's a sort of same kind of scenario. Then the official synopsis is: in the near future, unemployment has soared and juvenile crime has exploded in the face of economic recession. The Japanese government passes the BR law, in which ninth graders are sent to a remote island where they will be forced to hunt and kill each other until there is only one survivor left. I came to this film through Quentin Tarantino, actually, because he had listed it as his number one favorite film of the 21st century.
Nice.
And when it showed up on MUBI, I was like, oh, awesome. I'm definitely going to go check this out. And it was amazing. It is definitely in my top tier of non-English language films. It is so good. And if you love pop, then you might not like it. But if you like great versions, like if let's say like if Radiohead covered Justin Timberlake, this is kind of like, or if Radiohead reinterpreted a cover of Justin Timberlake's cover of a Pink Floyd song, then this is how I would do Battle Royale, because it's sort of the original Battle Royale.
Okay.
And it's just done with so much class and so much more style than Hunger Games. Big thumbs up for me. MUBI of the week. Battle Royale.
Battle Royale.
From the year 2000. Enjoy.
Take it away, Coney. Take it away. Take it away. I miss him being on TV.
How can you verify that number, Conan? The Barbarian.
Where's the joke going to be in him speaking Spanish, please? I don't speak that language,
Delaware.
so he could have been bullshitting.
What about for the people
That
from
was
Delaware?
a taste. That was
What
a
about
tasteful
Delaware?
joke.
I want Delaware represented. Just a bunch of grunts.
That was a tasteful joke about needing money. Costume design goes to hopefully.
It's going to go to Wicked, but
Yeah, it's going to go to Wicked, but
Nosferatu is.
come on, Nosferatu. Come on, Eggers.
Hello.
Okay, that is pretty funny. I can get with that bit. Elle Fanning looks incredible tonight, I would say. Lily Rose, you were incredible in Nosferatu.
Like, just for Eggers' attention to detail and his crew that he's hiring, like if it was for the most authentic award, my goodness.
Well, I think had we ever talked about that? We reckon that's where a lot of his budget always went to in earlier
Yeah, for
films.
sure.
Is just set design and costume. Do you reckon Elle Fanning actually knew the costume designer that she's talking about?
Yeah, I think that they would have close interaction. I do. I think she should have gotten a nom for Neon Demon.
I was literally thinking about Neon Demon in this moment. That's why we have the Film Dogs podcast. We are in sync. Great film with Ryan Gosling. Nicholas Winding Refn.
Good on you, John, for spicing this up, but I don't think that putting people in the same exact robes really qualifies as super challenging.
I mean, there would be a certain amount of research and attention to detail. But you're right, there is a lot of the same outfit. I had a lot of fun on Gladiator watching it, but I don't think I would necessarily give the Oscar to Gladiator for costume, even though it is a lot of work on costumes. I mean, if we're going off of best dressed for costume design, I'd give it to this guy.
He's got some mighty white teeth.
But that brooch that he's wearing around his neck.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
A nice cut on his jacket as well. What we assumed. So
I had to
Paul Tazwell took it away for Wicked Best Costume Design.
I don't like to be able to engage in prophecy. Man, I want to make a movie.
You don't like to engage in prophecy?
No, I don't. I want there to be surprises.
Well, why do you have the altar out back? What are
That
you
is
engaging in? I thought that was for
to
prophecy.
sacrifice.
Oh, okay.
Not
Sacrifices
to,
only.
Yeah, like.
But I thought you were giving sacrifices so that for knowledge of the future.
No, just to make our creator happy and to give me money. He's because doesn't the Bible say that if you slaughter kittens in the backyard,
Goats,
your bank account will become full of currency?
goats.
Baby goats?
Small, medium, large goats doesn't really matter. That's. I was right. I was like, what does that sound like? The theme song for. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers.
Well, your number one hope did not come true. Your surprise that Wicked wasn't going to win anything.
Well,
I
just like you, I didn't update my sacrifices in the backyard for prophecy.
Daggone it.
I was doing sacrifices though for best actor and best director. Can you guess which sacrifices for which?
I bet you sacrificed a butterfly, a family of butterflies.
It was never a family of butterflies. The Blurries call butterflies George. My children have named butterflies George, and this is not even a joke, even though all we do is joke on the Film Dogs. So whenever we see a butterfly, the children go, "Hi, George."
So here's the thing, like in some of these scenes that they're showing, because they're heavily promoting A Complete Unknown here in Australia during these Oscar broadcasts, they're showing some good scenes. Now, I'm on record. I love Timothy Chalamet. Like, this is in no way disrespectful to him at all.
T-Shall.
But Adrien Brody is like, he can do Haunted, and Timothy cannot do Haunted. He doesn't have demons. He's not suffered. I don't feel, and like, again, this is no disrespect. It might sound disrespectful. It's just not. I don't think
that's not disrespectful. Over the Film Dogs. Say whatever the fuck you actually think, dude.
I don't think Timmy's ever been hungry a day in his life. And I don't think that he's ever, sort of been dumped by a great love that has caused his entire world to have to shift. Now, I could be completely wrong because I don't know, but he just strikes me as like a super fun-loving guy. Hey, by the way, I love his frankness. He wants to be one of the greats. Man, I respect the heck everything about him. I think he is a phenomenal actor. He's just missing the, like, could he do a riddle drug addict or somebody that's extremely crazy, or is it bloody? He can do 9 out of 10 things that, and I don't think Adrien Brody can do all of the things that Timmy can do, but there's a certain gravity to Brody's performance that, like, I believe that he came from a concentration camp as opposed to Bob Dylan coming from Duluth, Minnesota.
What are the chances of Timothy Chalamet playing somebody in a concentration camp in the future? What do you reckon his percentage is?
Well, at some point in his future, if I'm going to be sacrificing George on the back deck for the gift of prophecy, I'd say unlikely. I don't think he will play a concentration camp survivor.
That's not a percentage. God damn it. You're not answering my questions today.
0%.
You're giving me multiple choice.
0%. Timothy will never play a Holocaust survivor.
You're looking forward to his next release?
Marty Supreme? Fuck yeah.
That is a good draft pick of yours. I left it on the board, but after letting A Complete Unknown completely sink in, I might be jealous of that pick.
Well, trade proposals are always welcome.
It's going to be a great year for movies. Looking forward to seeing Mickey 17.
Oh, man, totally.
That's our next watch this week.
Oh, here we go. Come on.
Here's some Dune love we're seeing on screen. Welcome back to the Oscars. We're giving you our thoughts. So this works well if you're watching it live.
This was an interesting take by a podcaster that I am fond of. He said that he was quite surprised that his biggest snub of the year was Austin Butler not grabbing a supporting nod for Dune 2. And I'm kind of like, now that I think about it, he showed a different range than films that he had been in previously.
Dude, I would have given supporting to the Sandworm or the popcorn bucket and everything. Yeah, everybody clapped because they know that movie. Conan laughing at his own joke that fell flat like he would. That's why I love Coney. Coney!
Nick Osterman, nice.
I always love when he shows up.
Oh, to get away, it was a Cinephiles podcast, by the way. John Rucka and Steve Morris.
Yeah. We love the Cinephiles.
My personal take is I can't believe that no one from Civil War, Jesse Plemons, or even I, I
It's
guess
probably the argument on screen time. But that being said, one of the best few minutes on film of 2024.
Well, that Jesse Plemons for Kinds of Kindness. He had like that could have been a supporting role
And dynamic role. Let's see what jokes Amy Poehler's got. So she's doing original screenplay. Do you have thoughts on screenplay?
I have an updated thought on screenplay.
Yeah, because
Since seeing Honora,
yep.
I think the Lord Marcus Award could be for Honora.
Well, that it's going to win, or what you want to win.
I don't like Honora hit me a lot harder than I expected it to. I'm still going.
I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to surprise you. It seemed very much a Lord Marcus film.
It's a special kind of new Americana where I don't feel like really the Brutalist does something bold and new. It's just done extremely well. Where Honora is kind of bold and new and done extremely well. They'd be my top two. I don't want to predict. It's really hard to say. Like it's like saying one is an A plus and one is between an A and an A plus.
Brutalist over Substance for screenplay. If it was between those two.
Yes, because I don't think the screenplay is not what makes the Substance so awesome. It's to me more.
Yeah.
And Margaret, like the acting and the directing.
I did like The Brutalist.
Nice.
I'm
not upset about it at all.
I was told this is where it seemed to be leaning, especially more recently.
Told by who?
My sources as well. Online sources. There seems to be a lot of recent Nora love outside of Lord Marcus as well.
Well, I mean, it's just sort of getting some exposure. So, like people were seeing it on the awards circuit.
It is out on streaming now for rental and purchasing and stuff like that. So I think its numbers got pumped up a bit before Oscars.
Congratulations, Sean.
I do like what Neon and Filmation tend to put out. Kind of like how we like A24. He's going to shout out his prostitute. Thank you to Charlene, the inspiration of this film. I'll see you later. At the Oscar party. Amy Poehler's doing Amy Poehler well.
Yeah.
She does have a persona. She seems a bit bored doing it, but she is still playing herself. I'll give her props to that. The jokes did land how I'd expect Amy Poehler to land a joke. Yeah, thoughts on Adapted?
Dune 2 would be my first fucking pick. Yeah, sometimes it's kind of hard to say because you'd have to read some of the original source material. I would say like a complete unknown. I've read Dylan Goes Electric. I've not read anything else, so it's hard to say.
There seems to be some love for Nickel Boys as well in this category. Oh, yeah. I don't think Sing Sing is going to get it, but that's meant to be pretty good.
So, like, Bob Dylan's famous worldwide, and so I kind of feel like Academy voters would go towards what they know. Maybe
I would like a complete unknown to win some Oscars.
Wow, I
tonight.
definitely wanted to get some recognition.
Wow.
Wow is right. Nice. No, you weren't a fan of this movie. I think because of the writing, yeah?
I gave it 3 stars, which to me is an everyday watch in the sense of how many times am I going to come back to this film? I feel like I overpaid for it to watch it. I think I ended up paying like $30 because it was going to be about the same to rent it, to watch it. And I was like, I'll bite the bullet because it seems to be pretty good with source material and people talking about it.
If I'm...
I didn't hate the film. I do need to give it another watch, and I will because I own it. And I did really try to get into it as much as I could. Even I got Mrs. B to watch it with me, and she was kind of interested. I just thought some parts fell quite flat, and we even talked off camera last, I think even on Thursday, about better endings that I thought would be more interesting and dynamic, that would have kept me more into the film.
Totally. Like some of those thoughts for me is that I was really hoping that it was going to be this maniacal, then like the last couple of minutes told in the sort of style of flashback where it was all manipulated for Ralph to win, instead of it being whatever it was trying to say. Which, I'm not anti whatever the message is at all. I was just hoping for something really sinister. I wanted it to be like an evil plot. It turned out to be something quite innocent and pure.
Yeah, I thought it could have been more edgy, to be honest. It was an edgy film, especially for the religious crowd, with choices that it chose to go and do.
The cinematography was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. Costume was fine. Cinematography was great. Set design.
Yeah, I think about set design. I think it was actually filmed inside of the Vatican. So yeah, like I guess if we want to celebrate the set designs of 14th century Italians,
but that's what's cool. They really missed naming this movie All the Small Things, and then they'd have a great intro track with Mark Hoppus and Tom DeLonge. Blink 182, Travis Barker on the drums, doing the soundtrack of this movie with Cillian Murphy. Why do I always call him Cillian?
The suckiest part of the early 2000s just rang and said, "Give me my dialogue back."
I thought it rang and it said, "I miss you."
It was calling you, that's for sure.
I thought you'd be pro Tom DeLonge with his humor and interest in aliens.
True that. It's only a matter of time. Do you do Roz or do you do Roz well?
I do Roz mediocre.
Well enough.
I do Roz low fat. Dairy free Roz.
Tangerine flavored Roz.
That's an acquired flavor. I'm pro tangerine though, personally.
Roz soda. Diet Roz soda.
I bet you that would have a lot of caffeine in it.
Sponsored by Diet Roz soda.
Amelia Perez, the film that won't die.
Hey, society requires representation.
Well, that's why we've got Wicked.
Oh my goodness, we got a wind brewing up.
A cyclone, to be honest.
Just a breeze.
Coney and baby blue and navy blue. Yeah, looking good there, Coney.
You been to the Hollywood Walk of Fame?
No. Did you look for any stars?
I don't recall if I was looking for any in particular. I took a picture of almost every single one.
Coney is so corny. But ScarJo, she's not corny. Oh my God. Classy joke. Well done. At least it's getting some Oscar love. You reckon this is going to be Wicked again? I do really want Egger's team to take this away and makeup and hairstyling.
Well, it's the only one I'm invested in. Oh my God, it's just so heads and tails above. Oh, well, the substance could get it.
I wouldn't be upset if the substance takes it instead. But I just have a feeling it's going to Wicked.
Yeah.
Please don't be Wicked.
Please don't be Wicked.
Nice.
Yes!
Well done, Substance crew. Makeup and hairstyling. That's a worthy win.
What the heck is that she's wearing? Her little flare.
She's hugging all those people. She's stabbing them with that thing.
They're like a little neon urchins.
It looks like neon urchins.
Substance.
That's her next
neon
film.
Urchins.
Neon urchins.
Revenge of the Neon Urchins. From Roswell.
For your patience.
Love you, to me. Love you.
For your patience. You didn't know I can speak French. Like patience. Thanks a bit.
Thank you so much.
Oh, Chantel.
I wonder if Demi gets residuals of any kind. Like if she gets a...
Yeah, to make up for income on the movie.
She's probably getting a couple rolls offered to her to get some pay.
That's usually, it feels like that's probably the way to go these days. I haven't done any research, but do you reckon that's what was kind of set up for The Brutalist as well, to get that cast to be in that film with how low that budget was?
Yeah.
Like, we'll give you some of the box office, or we'll give you some of the residuals from streaming, or...
Well, I think we'll get a David Lynch tribute tonight.
I'd leave that up for you to say, because mainly you're more invested than I am. I highly respect him, and I'm really loving watching.
But he passed
Twin
away at
Peaks for the
25,
first
so
time.
maybe because it's honoring 24, might be next year.
Could be. Where's Adrien Brody? We got Halle Berry on stage. Another smooch.
Not as bad as that Chris Isaac, Charlize Theron. Who's the Cameron Diaz, where he was just sort of forcing himself to.
Is your favorite Bond Daniel Craig?
Absolutely. I find value in all of them.
Good to hear, because so do I. Did you ever play GoldenEye on Nintendo 64?
No.
That was iconic. That was probably the most iconic game of my childhood.
I'm not sure. Like, I don't recall. I'm not hugely invested in James Bond.
Yeah. Margaret Qualley.
But she could like doing James. Hello.
I'd take her as the next Bond girl. Come on.
Totally. Goodness.
That'd be a good career move.
Well,
it's another iconic role to be the Bond lady.
Wow. Nice moves, Mark.
How do you shorten
Nice
Margaret?
Marge.
Marge Simpson?
You know, the thing about when you say Marge, you're almost adding a half syllable with the j,
correct.
where I would just go with the Marg.
But some people might think you're saying Mark.
Well,
because of your name.
As well they should. Because it's one of the best names of all time. Mark.
I have no idea who Lisa is. My mom's name is Lisa, but that doesn't look like my mom.
She looks like Jessica Alba.
Young Jessica Alba. Not that you're old Jessica Alba.
Oh my God, Mr. B has just disrespected Jessica Alba.
I would never diss Jessica Alba.
She looks like a young Jessica Alba.
She looks like if Jessica Alba was now just becoming a star.
You might as well say she looks like Asian Jessica Alba.
I mean, the music in Bond is iconic.
I don't recall when I don't think I was heavily invested in who was the next James Bond when Daniel Craig was announced. But I got to tell you, I walked out of Casino Royale blown away.
Well, did you hear who's going to be the next James Bond?
I have, like there's betting odds on.
I'm told it's going to be Cynthia Erivo.
Hey, you know what? I bet it would be badass.
Well done on not meeting there in the joke. James Bond is a woman now.
I don't understand why they have not really explored. Because, dude, you know what would be interesting to me? I think it's 005, 004, 003.
But it's probably
why can't we have
male? It's a male problem. I think they don't make the movies is because they're worried that men aren't going to come out for it that much in the theaters as much as a normal
probably
James
wouldn't
Bond.
go see it, but like give it a low budget. Why
because they've tried to do stars that have done that.
Let's say like with
Jennifer
John Wick,
Lawrence
where
has
they're
tried
doing
to
the
do
ballerina story because you could do it. You just have it as like, hey, it's not a James Bond movie. It's a 003 movie. And then you expand the world. It's like you don't have to just focus on James Bond all the time, and you can have different like little quirks that make. And then we get out of the double O's into like 014. It's like 007, but twice as good. Or 021, 3 times as good.
Did you ever watch Red Sparrow?
No, I didn't.
Jennifer Lawrence. So I'm saying they don't famously do amazingly well at spy movies with women as the protagonist. They've always become secondary characters.
With Melissa McCarthy.
This just in. The next James Bond is. Are these actually the artists' names or just their first name, assuming we know their last name? Because I don't know who Ray is either.
They're performing names because I had said Doja Cat on there.
Mm. That is cool with the band.
I concur.
Now, what would be funny if Conan comes like swinging across the stage at the end to close it out?
And whitey tighties. And a bald cap.
Or it's Tom Cruise. And then he goes, I'm here. I'm here to talk about my new movie coming out this year, Mission Impossible 3. Tom, that one already came out.
003.
Just like Superman flying in.
Mr. Zappa loves James Bond.
Oh, we should watch some James Bond sometime. We need to watch some James Bond, Dr. Zapp.
I would do a James Bond festival.
Dude, I would do that. It's very, I love Bond on the weekends. I feel like I watched a lot of James Bond on Saturdays as a kid.
Whoa, nice. Bravo.
Interesting choice on the wired mic.
Oh, speak of Ana de Armas. Woo. Smoking. Oh, look, there's young Jessica Alba. What was the last movie that you saw with Jessica Alba in it?
Dude, I have a feeling.
Probably 20 years ago.
I have a feeling it was the Dane Cook movie, Good Luck Chuck.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one?
I do, yeah. She shows, there's the one that she did with Paul Walker, like Into the Blue. Or
oh,
Deep
yeah.
Blue. It's been showing up on streaming here recently. We think you'll like this. I'm like, holy shit. I need to go and like some more things because
poor
the algorithm's
Jessica Alba, because you asked me what's the last thing you reckon you've seen her in, and it's Good Luck Chuck, and there's probably a reason. Do you know what that reason is? Why it's probably burnt to the most male brains?
Well, I was going to say the reason that was the last thing that you saw her in is probably because she's old.
Remember the Blue Penguin?
No.
Because she works at a zoo.
Oh,
and she takes care of the penguins.
Sorry, I'm not up on my fanboy literature, Jessica Alba.
You said you remembered Good Luck Chuck.
Yeah, but I didn't watch it for her.
What? You didn't?
I watched it for Dane Cook.
Are you pro Dane Cook? Did you like his humor? Someone Someone shat on the coats.
In small doses. Like I wouldn't go and do like a marathon of his stuff. Like let's say like Jeselnik, I could just watch him all day long.
I kind of feel like he's uniquely 2000s Dane Cook.
Yeah. Hey, his brand of comedy wouldn't work today. Well, it would. I don't think he could handle the all of the internet hate. And
You
God
mean
bless him for that because I couldn't
in which
either.
way? In which way couldn't handle it? You think he's too sensitive?
Yeah, I think he would have a lot of like go on a lot of rants and probably put himself into a negative space. Like that's what would happen to me, particularly if I was a stand-up comedian. I would not ever be on social media. Oh, you offended me because you said the word fuck. Yeah, fuck off. But it would still make me upset to read it. I was like, why can't you just shut the fuck up? Like nobody's asking you to listen to my show.
Because he's someone who really felt like he disappeared. One of the last things that's coming up for Dane Cook was a 2012 joke that caused a controversy when he referenced the 2012 Aurora, Colorado shooting. He said, I heard a guy came into the theater about 25 minutes into the movie when the movie was Dark Knight Rises. But the movie is pretty much a piece of crap. So spoiler alert. I know that if none of you, oh my God. I know that if none of that would have happened, I'm pretty sure that somebody in that theater about 25 minutes in, realizing it was a piece of crap, probably was like, fucking shoot me.
There's probably quite a bit. I've heard a lot of jokes that are similar to that. Like nobody ever told, like, well, how was the movie? Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, I just don't think Dane Cook doesn't strike me as someone that could handle the criticism from everyone because certainly half of the world's going to be exploding at you and criticizing you and being like, dude, you're not even funny. And I don't think he would handle that. He just doesn't strike me as a person that would handle that very well. Whereas I think people like modern like Anthony Jeselnik, I think he's got steel skin and I think it probably gets him off to an extent. Like he probably gets high off of the criticism, but like the more you say, the better I feel about what I do. I don't think Dane Cook's like that. I think it's like, you must tell me I'm funny or I suffer. That's what I think.
He really hasn't done anything since like 2013. He probably just made enough money to where he's like, fuck this, I don't want to do this anymore.
Hey, Daryl.
You seem like you'd be pro Daryl Hannah.
Well, yeah. She's in one of my favorite movies from the 80s, Blade Runner.
Great movie that I own.
Do you know what her character's name is in Blade Runner?
Yeah, it's called Blade Princess.
The Blade Princess, hey. Fucking
You're trying to out me out on our video podcast, but it is my draft, so you get to suck it. You should have drafted it.
I should put a fucking blade through your chest plate. That's what I should have done.
There's still time.
Brutalist.
Yeah, film editing to make that film.
Actually, like I could see like a lot of things coming down to Honora versus the Brutalist.
Yeah, it's just too epic with how long this movie is and it not feeling as long as it is.
I think that it felt so short as the reason that I would vote for it.
I don't think Conclave deserves this at all for editing. It doesn't make any
without
movie
good editing,
for me.
it might not have even been close to being watchable. Lord Marcus' vote remains with the Brutalist. Although I really loved Honora. Oh, that looks like
And
one
not
of the
Wicked.
worst movies of all time.
Kanye rushes out. You're pretty happy with that win, I guess.
Yeah.
Congrats to Honora. Second.
Congrats, Honora. Mr.
This
Sean Baker.
This is Oscar number 2.
Hey, you know what? Like Sean Baker has also said recently, it's like he makes low budget films. He does not. Him and his wife don't have children, even though he's getting these awards. He says, "I could not afford to have children." So he's a Hollywood director, well, an independent film director, can't afford to have children.
It's hard. Someone who's not in Hollywood and not a director can afford to have 2 children. It's hard. Florida Project or Honora better film by Sean Baker?
I'm not sidestepping. It would really kind of depend on two things: a daytime watch versus a nighttime watch, a weekend movie versus a weekday watch. Because
Mood?
Honora is more of an
Interesting.
R-rated, and
Okay. So describe those
Florida
films.
Project,
What
even though it has
fits
a lot
where?
of R-rated moments, it also explores, the wonderland of
Yeah.
children's fantasies, and so I think it just sort of fits into. I probably would go with Honora because it's less child centric, but the Florida Project was amazing. Holy shit, it was so good.
But which one? So which one do you watch at daytime and which one do you
Florida
watch at
Project for the
nighttime?
daytime weekday, and
which one's the
Honora
midweek
for your
movie?
R-rated nighttime. The kids have gone to bed.
Really?
Extremely sexual, extremely
Yeah. Okay.
drug, lots of drug use and lots of.
We could just shut the
question
shades.
is what it is to be
and watch
American
Honora.
too. Sean Baker just has this fabulous take on modern Americana. So good.
Would Willem Dafoe have made Honora better?
No, because he would just be putting on a fake Russian accent. Do you remember her character's name from Rogue One?
No. No, the problem is I have too much of the newer Star Wars movies name stuck in my head than Rogue
She was
One's.
hardly even in the movie. Isabella Rossellini.
I know. Do you have a preference on winner here still?
I don't have a preference. Like the one I'd be most invested in is Monica.
Yeah. This is for supporting actress.
Zoe's been doing really well. I imagine it's going to go to her. And
Yeah.
I think she's awesome.
She's being the most talked about. Give it to Monica, though. Do not give it to Ariana. Yeah, there we go. Zoe. That was the assumption. You like that dress? The blue. Yeah, okay.
Jyn Erso, by the way. Felicity.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because I'm trying to even think about her, who her opposite is, what his name is.
Diego Luna. Oh, that's his real name.
No, his exactly, his Star Wars. What's his Star Wars name? I don't remember.
Andor.
Yeah, I don't remember his name in this moment.
Cassian Andor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Saul Guerrero. Forrest Whitaker. Love Her Passion.
Well, she's been waiting to get something like this. She didn't, there was, I don't think she deserved it for Barbie. But that was one from last year that everybody was talking about as well. Because of the
I think it's
Barbie
amazing
monologue.
that it's her that has done the motion capture for Avatar.
She's getting aggressive.
Oh, goodness. Man,
What's happening right now?
she's electric and alive. Man, good on you.
Nice shout out to her hubby. She's got fuego.
Daggone.
What a necklace she's wearing too.
Nice. That was one heck of an acceptance speech.
Her hubby was pretty happy and emotional about
That's
it.
how I would be
Yeah.
accepting awards. Oh, God.
Dude, he's a great director and a great writer.
Who, Ben Stiller?
Yeah. Don't you watch Severance?
No, I've not watched.
It's straight up 100% up your alley.
Have you watched Atlanta? No, I don't watch that.
It's okay to jump on the popular train just because Severance is popular, and it's directed by Ben Stiller.
I did not.
Doesn't mean
I
that you
didn't.
can't watch it.
I didn't know that it was directed by Ben Stiller, but now I have added fuel to not watch it.
Exactly. It just means added fuel to be wrong. Because you're missing out.
Hey,
on
but you
some,
get to be
on
Mr.
some
Cool
great
Guy
television.
watching Severance, and you don't have to have me.
I can't be Mr. Cool Guy because everybody else is watching Severance.
Yeah, but that's one less person that you have to share the vibe with.
Please don't share my vibe. Please don't share my vibe.
Don't worry, I won't. I don't even think Ben Stiller's real.
We're just seeing Andy Serkis in a Ben Stiller suit. Dude, they're taking a bit of time bringing some of these movies out on streaming, which I think is not a good idea. You can't even buy The Brutalist yet in Australia. The Oscar? Do they know that the Oscars are on tonight?
Because it's just gotten released in the cinemas. Like it just started showing in Ipswich last week.
The Zap's favorite show.
Are you a singing competition fan?
I was in the early 2000s when, to me, it was original enough. You know, back when American Idol was first coming out. I probably watched the first few seasons.
Interesting reasoning.
To me, it's
because
always
back then
just
it was
kind of
just
like
pure,
same.
pure karaoke, and now at least people are given the opportunity to do original songs.
That's how far gone out of it I am. They're allowed to do original songs these days, are they?
I have found quite
on
a
just
few
Idol or
great,
on what?
Idol's the only one I watch.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Honora's getting a little bit of love. Hey, I read through everyone's main source, The World of Real, that Honora has a really decent front runner status to take away the big number tonight.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
I'd still wanted to go to Dune 2. I'm kind of like, it is quite a heavy R-rated movie. It wouldn't be like
Academy's
something
been
where,
surprising us in the last few years still.
where you wouldn't go home and be like, honey, Honora won. Let's throw Honora on. Right.
I think if people do that, it will. A few people will be like, "Wait, what is this? What did you put on?"
Yep. Meet the Parents.
Or Walter Mitty. Or Severance.
Or Night at the Museum.
Oh, come on, there's something about Mary.
Here, you could do your top 7 Ben Stillers, and I will do my worst, and they'll probably be the same movies. I like Reality Bites.
Yeah, fair enough. You should.
Yeah, because he was barely in it.
Yeah. The Brutalist, come on.
When they show it like this, that's what I'd go with.
Well, I think when we mentioned set design, we spent some time on it, talking about Dune 2. But also Nosferatu as well.
Yeah, but some of these things you don't ever...
These are all quite epic builds that they have to do, dude.
Yeah. I just thought some of these places were
that's why
existing
places
locations.
like films like Barbie and Wicked will always get the noms because they're got to make a whole nother land just like Dune.
Give Nosferatu some love, people. Come on.
Yeah, give us something tonight for Nosferatu.
Like Dune needs to get something. Like a visual effects.
Son of a bitch. And hopefully the last Oscar win for Wicked.
I can see somebody's social media post be like, film bros around the world are upset. Man, you know what? You're fucking right. The best movie didn't win.
The most popular probably did. It's made a buttload of
best
money.
is such a subjective term. No, it's not. What I say is best is best.
That's why you are Lord Marcus.
That's
the Lord has
exactly
spoken.
Why. This is bullshit. Oh, man, drop kick yourself in the face, dude. Fuck off. Oh, really? one of the best experiences of all time.
It is
to make.
because they won an Oscar. We
Dude,
didn't know.
you just
We didn't know what we were doing until we
you
knew
just
we were winning an
followed
Oscar. And now
Zoe
we're
Saldana
happy.
giving the best acceptance speech of all time, and you're being like the daftest, stupidest, most boring. I guess that it was foreshadowed well with the introduction from fucking Stiller. Fitting.
I mean, Crowley's done Interstellar, Dunkirk, The Dark Knight, Tenet, Prestige, Wonka. He's worked with Nolan a lot. He wanted to get paid.
Yeah.
Wicked.
Quite a few of those films would be on my like most overrated films of all time.
Greatest Showman.
Oh, we got Mick Jagger. What's up? Oh, he's getting a standing ovation. What's up? Man, Mick's got some love.
Elton John's like, who's that?
He's like, I hooked up with him one time.
Interesting choice on having Jagger do best song. Shouldn't it be like Keith Richards instead? I stand by that.
All right, Timmy, let's see a take on Mick Jagger next.
Delay.
See, I was thinking that Joker 2 would end up being more something like that than what it was.
Yeah, just pop them down. I don't really have any opinions on who is going to win or should win best song. I don't really feel like I've got any money or skin in it. There we go. Amelia Perez takes one away for original song. Dude, even the nominations, each one, I'm just like, yuck.
All I gotta say is, at least, look, as a piano player, I love Elton John, but it's sort of boring. Like, every year Elton John writes a song, it gets nominated for an Oscar. But come on,
Bernie.
Emptying the bladder, better than or worse than Garden State.
Welcome back to the Film Dogs. If you needed a potty break, best to take it during Best Original Song.
We got a cyclone about to hit the Brisbane area, and we have
Alfred,
people that looked up to us to make sure that they are safe. And
Alfred, is that
after.
you knocking on the door with your wind?
Alfred Newman.
Neumann. Nice one, Coney. Pedophile joke and a lawyer joke all
And
in
a Drake
one.
joke. Yeah, I will give you bad props, dude.
worthy props to the conductor tonight.
What's with the bald cap, though?
Alopecia. Where's Will Smith?
I want to see some mohawks tonight.
Oh my God.
That's pretty good.
Okay, that is funny. Selena.
Loved her in Spring Breakers.
Yeah.
And A Rainy Day in New York
With T-Shell.
with T. Chow.
What toothpaste do you reckon Mr. Jackson uses?
Ipana. Try Ipana toothpaste.
This is who you wanted to
You know
win.
what I think that
Documentary,
Oscars should
short
do
film.
a nom show in addition to the award show, because I would have tried to check out so many more of these things when you have it. Let's say, like in the example of with the production set design, with a making of, where you can see the work that they're doing on the buildings instead of sort of assuming, like I assumed Nosferatu that a lot of the buildings were existing in a small town, and it wasn't even the case. Like, it just gives a whole different aspect. and you become more aware, like when you have visual representation. So let's say when this category had its nominations, I was like, whatever. And now that I see some of those things on screen, it makes it a little more enticing. Oh my God, it's no kind of honor. Nice dress though.
So best documentary feature.
Oh, Louis Armstrong. Nice.
Yeah, Louis. Political as shit. Welcome to the Oscars. So no other land for best feature documentary.
What do you think about the white sneakers with the semi tuxedo?
I have two thoughts. One thought is,
oh man, Guy Pearce.
I might do it myself.
Totally just shrugged off Guy Pearce. Oh,
did he?
He's probably like, "White man, don't touch me."
What do you mean shrugged off? Like,
Guy Pearce tried to shake his hand, and he just kind of
he two-stepped him. Did he? Let's see what this speech is. Did you see that camera glance?
nah. God bless you, man. Thank you. I'm going to start referring to the Glazer speech of the year. That was the Glazer speech of the year.
Yeah, Glazer speech for sure. There's usually always one every year anyways. Oh, those are the awards for people that had their houses burned down, right? We saved you an award while your rent just increased 130% in LA. Here's an award.
I'd like to see a documentary on what Los Angeles was like pre Hollywood choosing it to be Hollywood.
Directed by Scorsese?
No.
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Paul Thomas Anderson.
He loves LA.
He loves Los Angeles, and he's proven that he can do period piece pre-construction. I think he'd.
You're welcome. That's why
I
gave you two balls, and one of them you hit. One of them was PTA. Because Scorsese knows how to make a documentary as well. But
it. Well, it doesn't even have to necessarily be a documentary. It could be a biopic of a city's biopic.
Yeah. Adapted.
Anybody but Christopher Nolan.
What would be the magnificent scent piece if Nolan did direct it, though?
You'd have a really super VistaVision, super slow drone shot of the construction of the Hollywood sign. That would be Nolan's contribution.
And what would be the music playing in the background with that sign?
That'd be like a Hans Zimmer doing a jazz score. Hello, film dog. You're a good boy.
How we going for predictability rate? Is this kind of going where you thought it would be so far? Is it still too early to tell? It is a long show.
I think for the most part, I'm surprised that The Brutalist hasn't scored anything yet. And I'm a little surprised about that. I really thought that the power of the film itself was enough to overcome its long runtime.
I hope it has to take away something today. I hope it does. I think Brady Corbet does need it. Have you done a bunch of his interviews about the filmmaking and stuff like that, or even stories about him going, dude, I've had no income.
Yeah, and this is what, along with Sean Baker,
and I'm on a tour around the world with zero money
because these guys are
film, hoping I can make my next.
They're not making films for money and profit, but of course they respect money and profit, and they would like to have it, but that's not
so they can make the
them.
next art piece.
And I think that's just important to note that. But with that said, I would like to see Brady get something to sort of as a reward for his efforts on showing how filmmaking can be an economical force without breaking the bank or like compromising and sacrificing the quality of the film itself. I think that's just Ralph's look, man.
resting angry face.
Yeah.
Resting boomer face. This is all the actors thanking the fire squad for making sure their houses didn't burn down. Thanks for coming when we called. Where's it going? Let's see, what joke does Coney got up his sleeve? Oh, savage. He always does good with the self-deprecating humor.
This has to go to Nosferatu or Dune, hey?
What happened to her eyebrows?
She's doing the no eyebrow look.
Yeah, wrong look.
Nice dress, though.
She was in Nosferatu, wasn't she?
Who, Miley, right?
It's a joke.
Oh.
No eyebrows. Did you watch The Gorge yet?
No, not yet.
You didn't gorge on The Gorge?
No, it's going to be a family film, so we were going to watch it down at the coast, but I think we're
okay.
postponing.
Interesting. Who's going to get this one in this category?
Good God. Please, no. I'll sacrifice George.
George? The butterfly?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. Enough. We've already given enough to Wicked.
I could be into watching The Wild Robot.
What would you have to be into to watch it?
A good bottle of Bordeaux.
Nice!
Ah, finally.
There we go. There we go. Some Dune love. Well deserved.
I remember that was a 2024 movie, people.
How many times do you reckon you've watched this? Dune 2. Because you bought it the moment it was available, right? As well?
Yeah, I've done quite a few rewatches. Once in the theater.
That's why you need the Atmos. You need Atmos here, man.
I'd say 5.
For Dune.
And I tend to watch them as a pair. I don't watch it just by itself. I'll watch 1 and 2 together.
Yeah, okay.
I wish Denis would have shown up. Because he's probably prepping for 3, Messiah.
Already? I thought he was taking his break.
Oh, no, dude. They will be starting filming.
It got pushed up, did it? Interesting.
They want to capitalize. Oh, he is there. Awesome. Oh, bummer.
Okay, that's bullshit. And here's why. No other land was given way more time on speeches. They only had enough time for one person to give a short speech on this. And they had enough time for, what, was it 2 or 3 people to give their long spiel on No Other Land? I understand what they wanted to talk about, but bullshit.
Yeah, give everybody
the time then.
Hey, gal.
Even the bloody audience was like, "Aw."
Dune 2. See, I want to see more of like what they're showing right now. I want to see documentaries with that stuff. No, please don't win.
Yeah, give this one to Dune as well, and let the other guy have his speech. Jackasses. Dear God, do not let Wicked win this.
Man, if this wins over Dune 2, good God.
So this is visual effects. Yes, nice. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Some deserving love, Lord Marcus.
Yeah, I'd be curious at the end of the night to look at our drafted teams from 24 and see who ended up with the most Oscar wins.
Yeah, who do you think that is?
I think
Pray tell. Pray tell on the Film Dogs podcast.
Versus the Razzies.
Well, I did get a Razzie.
Yeah, you got Megalopolis, worst director
Did you read
of the year.
his speech?
Yeah.
What did you think about his Razzie speech?
I make better movies, dude. Yeah, this is a tech nerd. He doesn't speak to people often.
There we go. And he's like, I'll just take the rest of the time so the last guy can't speak. Timothy Chalamet looking like Willy Wonka in that suit.
Joaquin and Reese. That'd be badass. Singing,
I'll take Joaquin.
Jackson.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
I do think that the modern singing competition shows are more about the good performances as opposed to the judges and the bad performances.
Yeah.
That was definitely the hallmark trade of the early 2000s. I would just wish that, like, it's a singing competition, but when you get like a really good guitar player up there that's got a really decent voice that's writing good original songs, I think that should count for something better than just being the best person with the best pipes.
The best singer copycat.
They could be writing songs for the 2026 best song nominees.
So we're about 15 in out of 23
of the awards
winners, so far. What would you like to see in this last half?
I would like to see a host of Sardaukar troops led by Jason Momoa come in and hijack the rest of the show. I'd like to see a Rudy style send up.
Rudy Giuliani?
No, Rudy. The only Rudy. Notre Dame.
You're welcome.
Sean Astin. Where they bring in Denis on stage, hoist it up.
Hoist it up. It's really hard, but the crowd wouldn't really be able to pronounce his name well.
Even the people that work for him don't know how to say his name right.
They'd be calling him Denny, right? Denny.
How, like, if Denny's
breakfast?
Denny's breakfast,
Shit.
but spelled like Denis Villeneuve, how would it be? Denny's? How would it be?
Deny.
I deny everything.
Yeah. So this is live action short. We didn't really give any love to this category.
I love the title, The Man Who Would Not Stay Silent. Because if I was making that film, it would be called The Man Who Can't Shut the Fuck Up.
Yeah, if on your tombstone, we'll definitely say a man who could not stay silent, Lord Marcus. If I were to have a tombstone, can you guess the variation that I would have on mine?
The variation of your name?
No, what would be on
your
my
epigraph?
Tombstone? Yeah. It would be from Royal Tenenbaums. It would be like he died saving his family in from a sinking ship. Rescuing his family from a sinking ship.
He went into this grave defending Ben Stiller. See, I don't even thanks to even go out for a short film.
The correct epigraph. Isn't it epitaph?
Yeah, whatever.
Is died tragically rescuing his family from the wreckage of a destroyed sinking battleship. That's not even just ship, battleship.
I am quite a fan of the actual broadcast so far. Like, there's one musical number. Hey, what's up, God?
Do you have many thoughts about
Gene
Hackman?
Yeah, I'd like to share them on its own separate. I would very much like to talk about Mr. Hackman. Oh, I didn't know Dabney Coleman passed away this year.
Me neither.
Nice Mozart for the in memoriam.
Mm.
I suppose Requiem. Oh, the original casting director for Star Wars. Man, a lot of. Nice. So her and Dabney Coleman both in Tootsie together. Oh, man.
I mean, at least it wasn't John Stamos, Uncle Jesse.
Man. Hope we see Ben Stiller on this section next year.
But what about Severance?
I hope we see Severance on this portion next year. Hey, Don.
Mm.
Oh, one of my favorites of all time.
Now, what we need is Conan to make an inappropriate joke after this.
Yeah, about Ben Stiller being there next year.
Oh, there we go.
He should have had his own segment.
I got some clapping, whatever that means, during a "you died."
Oh. Hey, that would be a good episode to have. Our top 10 bets of who's going to be in memoriam
Next year.
2026 Oscars.
That's a dark episode.
And it could even be like not so much prophecy, but a wish list.
Oh no!
Who would you have on there?
Okay. Who would I? I would have. Oh no! Okay.
Don't discriminate.
I won't discriminate. I mean, considering how unhealthy Ariana Grande's looking.
How unhealthy.
Do you see how skinny she looks?
You think she's going to die from starvation?
Well, Wicked won a bunch of awards, and
The success got to her head.
well,
And she ODs on food.
she's definitely not ODing on food. You seem to always get all these deals on Prime Video, and I never get them when you get them. We get all these cheap rentals and stuff.
But how often are you going in and looking?
I feel like I need prompts or something in the app to be like,
Hey.
that's at least what I like about Letterboxd, to give more shout outs to Letterboxd, is getting notifications when movies that are in my watch list make it to
So, like,
my
if
platforms.
Prime had an option, it's like, hey, when we have the 99-cent rentals,
or yeah,
because even if they had, because they'll have like shopping deals on movies you may love, it still doesn't show those ones. I normally find those deals on Fridays. BTW.
BT dubs.
Dude, I gotta say, for me, there's like Timmy, I love you, but Adrien was so much better this year, and that's saying something, because
I feel like I sold you on Adrien winning this.
the fuck you did. He's been a fucking front runner since we goddamn stepped foot in the theater, dude. Don't paint that
I didn't
shit.
feel like you were that sold on it earlier.
Oh my fucking god, bullshit. You go back and comb through all of our fucking episodes, and if you find one piece of fucking evidence,
It was
then
in the-
I will on air apologize. Up until then, I'll tell you to fucking eat a fat fucking dick.
Ooh, Willem. Okay, who do you want to win cinematography?
Man, right now, just because Joe Alwyn's on stage, I don't want the Brutalist to win.
Because he played a character that you don't like, or because you don't like Joe Alwyn?
Because he's Joe. Like I said, I know the Brutalist was like your top pick, and I think it's magnificent. I just don't think it's as good as Nosferatu.
I will let Nosferatu win anything tonight, because it's not won anything yet. So if it wins, I definitely wouldn't care that it wins. I'd be happy for Eggers or Corbet to get some money finally. I mean, would it be surprising to you if it doesn't actually take away anything tonight, The Brutalist?
Although, yeah, it'll be surprising if The Brutalist doesn't take anything away. And at the same time, all right, let's just go back to, like, let's say Lawrence of Arabia, a super long movie that won all kinds of awards. But it can't just be about the length of movies, but what
No.
Lawrence of Arabia is going to forever remain the longest film that kicked ass. I think we should have a more inclusive academy that the votes go in many different directions.
Mm.
And a ton of talented filmmakers making great movies.
Hands off the lapel mic, Zoe. Come on.
I could see Dune 2 getting it, though.
Yeah,
I think Nosferatu.
you did really like those desert scenes.
No, I hated them. You had to be, yeah. I had to be talked into enjoying Dune 2.
Yeah, you hated it.
That sandworm riding scene was the worst.
Beauty in the Darkness, Willem Dafoe. I do appreciate that it's getting as much love in the awards.
I'm
Even
glad
if
it
it's
got some
just noms and it's not going to win anything, to be included in the categories that it did make it into, pretty good. Nice. There we go. Brutalist's first win.
Gorgeous film. Well deserved.
There we go. There's Brady and crew. There, he looks a lot more light now that he's just won something.
Yeah, they probably needed to fetch the ambulance if it went any other way.
I mean, with a lot of the interviews that he's given, I wouldn't have been surprised if they didn't win anything tonight, that he kind of is scathing in further interviews about filmmaking. And
the only thing I want right now, I want Adrien Brody to win. I just I'm
really confused if he's going to or not.
He was just like, he's so great, like he's just smiling and happy as shit. I think he's just enjoying being in the room. I love you, Adrien Brody. Love you, Willem Dafoe.
I like that he put down his Academy Award to read a speech.
Again, definitely a tech nerd. He doesn't have skills dealing with people and speaking to the public.
Yeah.
But nice. Congratulations, man. Wonderful eye. Look at Adrian.
You know, he's chomping at the bit. But so is Timmy. He looks happier today, Adrian.
I don't want, like, I feel like anything that I say pro Adrian is disrespecting Timmy, and that's like, I'm not doing that. But if I had to make a complaint and a gripe, it's like Timmy did a karaoke version of Bob Dylan, and it was a very good one. Where Adrien Brody created a
I never would have thought that you'd say that right now. That is kind of a semi-diss.
But he didn't write, like, he's performing someone else's songs.
Yeah.
And their voice. Oh, I really want to see that.
Yeah, it's meant to be a heavy film.
I heard you really want to see this.
Fuck off. It's Amelia Perez back on the screen.
I'll be seeing that. I might not be seeing that tomorrow after all.
It is out for streaming. Did you see that?
What, Seed of Sacred Fig?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I was looking forward to catching it in the theater since I don't get to Dendy Southport very often.
Yeah, it was more of if you were worried it would be hard to find. I feel like, or maybe it's not. I thought I just got a notification on Letterboxd that it was out for streaming.
What they said, I love Timmy so much. If he does win, I'll still say the same thing. It's like, because I have sung karaoke, and I'm not disrespecting karaoke. I'm just saying that the birth of the performance, there was plenty of things to sort of draw on. I just feel like the Brody performance was just haunted and just so much more emotionally dynamic. I will
So
not
this
be
is
upset at all.
Brazil won for international,
Non-English language film yet?
non-English. I'm still here. Have any of the wins tonight or categories made you want to watch something from this list again, or for the first time?
Well, I've been holding off on a Nosferatu rewatch because I want to sort of I want to do like an Eggers weekend. To just put myself in this supremely focused mode to just absorb it and not be distracted by anything. And I feel like it's those four movies are kind of like a quadruptic, where the four chapters, and you just stay and experience the whole thing. So, but this didn't necessarily make me want to do that. But when I saw the set design portion, I was like, oh my God, like it just gave me so much more respect for it already. To be honest with you, I would like to see a version of Amelia Perez with just Zoe Saldana's performances. Based on her very enthusiastic acceptance speech,
Yeah.
man, like I like it when people are really passionate about what they do and what they feel about life, and I can do it articulately and passionately and with so much fervor. It makes me want to see her performance, at least in a movie that I really don't care anything about the synopsis of it. Wild Robot, I'm interested, based on the very short clip they showed from the sound editing. I don't know where I stand on the rewatch these days. Like, I'm not as into rewatches, but sometimes it's nice to rewatch something. But I think it's because I like to have something going on in the background and that I don't have to pay a lot of attention to. But traditionally, that's not what I do rewatches for. Like, I rewatch because I enjoy the movie and I want to pick up more better details that,
things
that
that
I never
missed.
noticed before.
But you're not going back for nostalgia's sake. You're going back
I don't generally
something.
go back for nostalgia's sake.
Well, I mean, that's why we had our comfort and discomfort films episode, because you said you tend to like to rewatch something to make you feel uncomfortable.
Or to have my previous. That's not to say there's films that, like, I will watch The Hateful Eight again, and I probably will feel the same way about it every single time that I watch it. But it's got some very specifically cool dialogue that I like to keep in my lexicon. There's things that I find of value. It's just not. I suppose that because I subscribe to so many streaming services, that most everything that's on there is like it would be rewatches, because I got to go digging deep for the films that I've built my watch list on, and they're not on Netflix and Stan. They're like some new movies every now and then that I don't have the opportunity to see in the theater. So let's say like a Real Pain or Nickel Boys. But for rewatches, well, I just rewatched Mad Max Fury Road. My God. I think I've said, I just I can't say enough good things about that movie. And it's just entertaining. It's not like I'm picking up new details. Although for the first time I watched it with subtitles on.
Okay.
And I recommend somebody watch it with the subtitles on at least once. You can pick up so much different, like, things you might have thought were gibberish or didn't even pay attention to because the action was so fly. There's just all of this great dialogue that I'd never noticed before. You know, like when the War Boys say "witness me" when they're when he's
whenever they're doing the suiciding thing, yeah.
I don't think I ever really knew that's what they were saying, "witness me," and I was like, man, like they've taken this sort of religious context of the myth of Valhalla, like just incorporated into this sort of cult following. It just gave it a lot more depth for me. I recommend the old subtitles, and that partially is it doesn't bother me as much because I watch so many non-English language films that I'm reading films all the time now anyway, so it's not really taking anything away for me. Oh God. Whenever
What a weird knockoff.
it's like when you have a genre show that seems like it's going to suck, let's attach it to change some of the characters' names and use someone else's pre-existing brand to sell.
Yeah.
Come on, Brody. I really want Demi to win, and I feel like she will. But if Mikey Madison wins, hey, I'll be totally down with it because her performance was fucking unreal, spectacular. Oh my, it was so good. I feel like she had more screen time. There might have been Demi might have done some more challenging things, but like for screen time, carrying the entire movie. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Welcome back,
Good year.
Conan. Whoa. I was waiting for the Trump joke. Okay.
Best score?
Interesting. What do you think about Mark Hamill?
Oh my God. What do I think about Mark Hamill? He's a fucking king.
Yeah, here we go. Score.
He makes me hate Ryan Johnson even more than I already did because, like, man, he should have gone out with fucking destroying.
You going
enemies.
for Brutalist? Brutalist.
Yeah, Brutalist for this one.
Brutalist for best score. Conclave score didn't move me in the least.
No.
Dude, imagine if Amelia Perez wins over.
But here's the thing: if Amelia Perez wins, I'm going to be kind of happy because it'll be a surprise.
Yeah,
but I'm also going to be pissed off because,
dude,
like I said, like Oppenheimer
okay.
wins. It was like the Oppenheimer score was boring as fuck.
Or if Wicked takes this,
man,
for original score,
I would rather see Amelia Perez win if it's going to be a surprise.
Yeah,
but I think the Brutalist is.
Come on.
Nice.
Yes, there we go. There we go. Brady should. I mean, even if nothing else wins for Brutalist, at least they got.
Hey man, I challenge
you
you on your drive home. Put this bloody soundtrack on and tell me that it is not like. Oh man, it is. Oh man, he doesn't look like what I thought he would. Man, I want to hang out with you, dude. See, Adrien. Oh man, come on. He's got some enthusiasm. Total musician,
because
man.
he's used to just being in a studio by himself.
Oh man. Oh man, I feel for him. I think he is genuinely anxious as fuck.
Did you see his eyes though?
The Brutalist score to move on.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh man, come on, you got Adrien.
Na.
He looks like a little like he could have been in Nosferatu.
He does. It probably was Bill. So we've only got a few categories left. Whoopi and Oprah.
It's gonna be Best Actress?
This is Wopra. Oh, it's the tribute to Quincy.
I was gonna think because Whoopi Goldberg was in Ghost with Demi Moore. I thought maybe it was gonna be the Best Actress. You see Ghost? Patrick Swayze? In
Hell yeah.
anymore?
It was another one that was kind of on TV often.
Oh, what about John Coltrane and Miles Davis? Come on, Whoopi. Oh, who cares, Oprah? I'm down with Whoopi. I'm not down with Oprah. From an inspirational standpoint.
I ain't seen anything from Queen Latifah in a while. This is lackluster for me. Or I'm in the wrong zone to appreciate it.
Oh, my God. This is the difference between a daytime Film Dogs broadcast and a nighttime Film Dogs broadcast,
And the
where we don't have to drive anywhere. I could be more into this, but I am not.
You think you could be more into this?
Like 3 bottles of Bordeaux, I could be down with anything. It just does not. I don't know what the relevance is.
That's what I'm saying. It does, to me, it doesn't really make that much sense.
She sounds great.
Yeah,
She looks great.
yeah.
I just don't understand how this ties in, particularly after The Brutalist just won the best score. Why can't we have something that's like a majestic orchestra? Ugh. Is it because is this a Quincy Jones song? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm lost. Oh, Coleman Domingo. Whatever, dude. I like the song. I love jazz. I love funk. I love R&B. I don't know how that really connected with tonight's like anything. Only at the Oscars where they nominate the best director and the best actor for the Academy Awards. Only at the Oscars. Oh my God. You familiar with the term Captain Obvious? Man, like they take that definition to a whole new level.
Captain Literal.
Only at the Oscars will you see nominations for the Oscar Awards. Hey, did Garden State win any Oscars?
Yeah, it was for best film about gardens. Old category.
Did it get any noms? Oh, did it get any Razzies?
Got it. No, it didn't get any Razzies.
Are you sure?
Let's Google this.
History of the Razzies. Oh, dude, that'd be another thing that we should go through and look at all of our drafted teams
And see who has the most.
and see who has the most Razzies. I'm pretty sure you'd be well ahead on acting Oscars. I like almost to the point where I guessed that is one of your primary criteria in building your draft board.
Is if it's a bad film.
No, like if it doesn't have a best actor win, then you ship it on down to like position 10.
Would you agree with the 2025 film draft?
About what?
That's how I go about?
Well, not when we're doing an anticipation draft, but if we were to say, let's go do 2008, or like any movie, any year that we have not done yet, I would imagine that a good deal, or let's say Social Network.
Yeah.
I think that would be high on your list if we did that year. Not only because it's a great movie.
Soundtrack's great.
Soundtrack's great.
Acting is great.
Acting is great.
Writing's great.
It did get
So
ripped off of
screenplay.
the best film of the year, but I'm just saying, like, I think that if we look at the winners and either supporting or lead actors, actresses, that along with something else would be part of the criteria. So let's say if it was a film you loved plus it won a best actor award, I feel like that would vault it into a number one position for you to want to draft it.
Pole vault it into number one.
Pole vaulting into it.
There's so many commercials for
did
small
you draft,
things like these.
Did you draft Oppenheimer?
I don't want to watch it anymore.
Did you draft Oppenheimer? You did draft Oppenheimer. So what, did it win a best actor award? It sure as heck
It
did.
sure did.
Did it win the Best Picture award? Sure did.
It
Did it
did.
win all these other awards
It
that like the score? Oh my god, one of the worst scores of all time.
Da na 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 na. Wrong score. We need Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross to do the Oscars soundtrack instead of Weird Al Yankovic on a Casio backstage.
Hey, I like
MIDI
Weird Al.
keyboard.
So that shot, the shot with all the umbrellas was amazing.
Yeah, that was a great shot. There's a lot of great shots in Conclave.
Hey, I really liked Conclave.
I
but
did
I
like
didn't love it.
the color tone
I
of the
liked
film.
And I would recommend, I would recommend for people to see it. Like I've got no hate for it, but I didn't love it. But I could see me rewatching it, maybe even more than once.
Yeah, I kind of need to watch it more than once to give. I feel like a proper full-hearted opinion. It didn't move me to start, but I'm not saying that I couldn't be more persuaded into the film by watching it again. Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Best
I'm so
actor
nervous.
from 2024, giving away the best actor of. Oh, sorry, 2023, giving away best actor of 2024.
I prefer his natural accent.
Of course. Do you think Brody's going to take it away?
It's because I want it so bad that I'm nervous about it. I want it for him. It's just a better performance, man. And he's just a great guy.
You
I love.
you good
his
friends with
Instagram.
him?
I would definitely be friends with him. It's only because Timmy won the SAG award that I'm even a little nervous about it.
Yeah, okay. But is
Oh man, like I would love to see him eventually win.
who?
He Fines
He's already won.
twice.
But you'd like him to win for Conclave?
No, I'd like him to win an Oscar in his life.
He didn't he get the Oscar for didn't he get something for English Patient and
You don't read the news, dude. The Oscar voters said we're not going to vote for him because he's already won twice, and
okay.
it's proven that he's not.
yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Brody.
Come on. Here we go.
Nice. Thank you.
Oh, he got it. He
God.
looks relieved.
Oh,
He looks
man.
relieved. Why is he flipping off Timothy Chalamet?
They should go embrace.
He put out his hand and gave him a slow 5.
Go give a fist bump.
Brody's like, let me go. I've got to go give my speech. Come on, where's the nod? Where's Timmy? They set them quite far apart. That's why. What did he throw?
I think some chewing gum.
Got to make sure your breath smells good when you give an Oscar speech. Everybody can smell it up there. Was the smooch to Timmy?
Don't fucking put the music on.
Joe Alwyn's like, come on, man. What about me? Fucking Taylor Swift broke up with me, dude. And to Chalamet, you're going home a loser. Suck it.
Nice. That's a power move.
Is he going to be brief? Man, they turn the music back on. They just start slowly moving the mic away.
Hey, what's the name of the lead singer of the Goo Goo Dolls?
John Resnick.
Is he sitting next to Coleman Domingo?
They're on tour right now. And they were just doing a show, but I'm not sure where the show was recently. They were just in Australia, actually.
Then it wasn't him.
But he's LA based, so I mean,
nice. I love you, Adrien Brody. Yes, I would be friends with you.
what kind of speech would have Chalamet won if he did?
See, this is what I mean. Like when I said like it would have been entertaining and would have been gracious and I was like and genuine. It, it doesn't have a much gravity.
Nice. Okay.
All right, who are we going with best director? I'm going with Brady since Denis got snubbed. Oh, Sean Baker though. I could see Sean Baker getting it.
Yeah, I mean that was another one there's been so much build up behind Anora recently that I couldn't really pick who's going to win this one.
Yeah, I just think with the writing, the writing was what made that, and Brady had such a small budget. I just can't. I could see Corley getting it too. Man,
is anyone going to upset you if they win? Emilia Perez. Wow.
Nice. I feel bad for Brady, but I'm very happy for Sean Baker. Man, right on. Good to go, dude. Wow. Like, I think Nora might have just become the favorite for the movie.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of the reason film dogs go to cinemas. Program people to watch movies again in cinemas.
Happy birthday, Miss Baker. Love him.
Nice.
I've got I own a copy of Anora if you would like to watch.
On my screen right now, looking it up.
Are you buying it?
No, I just wanted to see how much it was to rent again because I knew it was out, but I'm like,
there was only a $5 difference when I got it.
I need to see it. What do you have it on?
I've got it on Prime.
Okay.
I feel like the environment of watching it here might be more comfortable for you.
Yeah, it'd have to be a Mrs. B night out in order for me to watch Anora, probably. I mean,
I'm not trying to describe anybody as a prude, but just based on the kind of films that you have said are acceptable and not acceptable, especially for the first half of this movie. I mean, there is a lot of profanity. There's a lot of sex. There's a lot of drug use. With that said, not in a way that sort of like it's almost like it's just a real like sort of a documentary type of thing,
snapshot of real life.
Oh man, it is quite wonderful. I wish I'd caught it in the theater.
Well, I mean, we were hoping to catch it at the Brisbane International Film Festival. We just
it just didn't work out that way. And then it was playing like every place that it was playing required me to drive like over an hour to get to. I was like, man, my tolerance for doing that kind of stuff just wanes by the day. And to what Sean Baker just said about independent cinema, man, like for you theater owners, I'm telling you right now, in Ipswich, Queensland, if you build a independent theater, I will be there every single day, every single night, spending my money for independent film.
You heard it here first, folks.
Man, both of our cinemas in Ipswich, they play the same exact movies. Man, they got like 3 screens, both dedicated to Wicked when it comes out. Sonic the Hedgehog, Moana.
Good Lord.
But no Brutalist, no Anora, no Nosferatu. Oh, man, it drives me fucking crazy. Like, I would like the opportunity to spend money on independent film. Man, I'll crowdfund. I'll be a producer. Shit. Sorry, Timmy. Maybe next year, buddy. Go out and get a drug addiction and get some demons.
Who's to say he doesn't have one right now?
Sorry?
Who's to say he doesn't have one right now?
What film would you say that he's performed in where you believe that where let's say Adrien Brody's performance sort of transcends belief because you're sitting there watching it and you're experiencing the pain. And when you're watching Timmy, you're watching a really good actor act instead of be and exist. Could you tell me a film where you really felt that Timmy was suffering?
I meant more of a drug
acting?
problem.
Like what?
Not demons. I'm not talking about Timmy's demons. I'm just saying get
Oh, I
a
thought you
drug
said he
problem.
ran
I
out
said
of
who to
demons.
say he doesn't have a drug problem. Chalamet comes across as he'd be doing some coke with the Kardashian sisters.
Maybe.
Energy.
Hey, you know what? That is badass, and I would like that would be awesome for me to be witness to that, rather than thinking that he's sitting there cutting the crust off of sandwiches. Hello, Emily.
Hello, Emily Stone. Here we go. Best actress. Give it to Demi. Come on.
Sorry.
Oh, wow.
My God.
Did you pick that?
I think I said on the last episode that I would. I definitely said by text I
mean,
wouldn't
you-
be surprised.
yeah, you just
because,
said recently, though, even while we're recording
I
tonight,
think
that
the moment I watched it, I
that
was
you'd
like,
be
oh,
fine with her winning, right?
totally. I'm really surprised. Really surprised. But not because, as I said, like Demi in the substance had some supporting because Margaret Qualley was sort of supporting it, and Mikey Madison had to carry the whole entire film, which was my argument for Emma Stone winning last year. So,
well, congrats, Mikey Madison.
Oh, totally. Oh my God, and deserved. I'm not. I feel bad for Demi, but I'm glad there was a surprise for the evening. Quentin Tarantino. You know what? But with Demi, she's had a career revitalization, and she got
she's still getting a shot of creatine into her career. What's the ratio of women to men clapping when she said, "I'd like to thank the sex working community in Hollywood"?
And I didn't see any flashes of what Timmy's reaction was, but I'm sure he was gracious. But Demi was just extremely gracious. That's awesome.
She comes across as gracious.
Now, given how she just got that acceptance and what her demeanor was, when you see Honora, I think you'll understand why she won, because she was not being herself. She became a different person. Yeah. Or kind of like
Timothy. I was going to say, you just said Timothy Chalamet is just acting.
He's sort of also being himself.
Is he going to come out in blackface again?
I was surprised he doesn't have his little white Jewish cap on.
Nice. Meg Ryan. Interesting combo introducing Best Picture.
Nice.
This is going to be an interesting win, my friend. And the Oscar goes to Wicked.
So far, shut out. Shut out. Conclave shut out. Complete Unknown shut out. Dune Part 2 not shut out. Amelia Perez not shut out. I'm Still Here not shut out. I got the Best International Feature.
Conclave wasn't shut out.
Nickel Boys didn't. Oh, what did Conclave get?
Adapted screenplay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. As I Was. The Substance also not shut out. Surprising, shocking update. Mikey Madison wins over Demi Moore. I won't make any derogatory comments about Wicked since it's your wife's favorite movie of all time.
I didn't say of all time.
She said it was pretty good.
She said she enjoyed it in cinemas.
More than any other movie she's seen.
I didn't say that.
Wow, Honora.
Dang. They're rushing the stage.
Crazy. I'm surprised. Dude, when you watch this movie, you will be like, oh my God, I cannot believe.
Is Brady Corbet bummed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, they got like the whole cast and crew there. Nice. Oh, well, they made for less than what the Brutalist was made. So
I
it's
thought
just
Brutalist was 10,
for under 10. Like I would have assumed.
but then didn't he just say 16?
I thought he said 6.
Oh, yeah, you're right. 6 million. I thought I heard 16. That's another success story. Went over has earned over 40 million in the box office.
And its streaming revenue is likely to certainly get a super huge bump.
That's about giant influx now.
Amen. Nice, man. Sean Baker, class act, buddy. Hey, overall, a pretty decent show.
Decent show. Maybe more interesting seeing that Anora was the winner of the evening over films like The Brutalist. Maybe good that Wicked didn't win as many as we were thinking it could. Any highlights of the evening?
I look, can't say enough. A highlight, Adrien Brody winning and his acceptance speech. Zoe Saldana's acceptance speech, which I just think was one of the best in years. I just love passion and like genuine passion. It's not about like, oh, thank you, I'm so great. It's more like follow your heart and stand up on a pedestal and do everything that you want to do. I am glad to. I'm happy to. I'm just sort of surprised with Anora, and I think like, you'll understand after you see it. It just does not seem like compared to movies in the past, where The Brutalist seemed to me like more of the kind of movie that would go down. Hey, look, you know where I stand on No Country for Old Men being better than There Will Be Blood. But I'm still kind of surprised because There Will Be Blood seems like the timeless classic on like how nations are built. It just seems like an Academy Award winner shoe-in. I thought The Brutalist as well, particularly in this sort of post 2024 political era. I just thought The Brutalist was so much more in tune. But maybe Honora's more in tune with that feeling than I would have guessed. I'm definitely up for an Honora rewatch. Well, I thought it was a very powerful film anyway. And here's the thing about Sean Baker. Now, I've only seen The Florida Project and Honora.
Yep.
But even after I saw The Florida Project, like I knew that I was watching something that was different. Scenes of familiarity, but so when people normally tackle Americana, they tackle small rural farm towns and the way of life that United States used to be, and the Dust Bowl and Woody Guthrie and folk music. And nobody really tackles Americana, like modern Americana, like poor sex workers that in trailer parks and trying to raise children and doing any way that you can. And the availability of drugs in places where money's not so forthcoming, or the ability to find jobs is not as easy as maybe once it was. And it's sort of like, I just think it's this almost new, like it's new Americana. And I think to develop that, you have to have a very keen sense and confidence in your identity of what kind of storyteller you are. Like I just can't say no. I'm impressed by Sean Baker for sure.
Well done, Sean Baker.
Well done, Sean Baker.
Anora.
Man. Screenplay, director, movie, actress. Hey, Brutalist got score and cinematography and actor. So it's not like it didn't get shut out.
And Dune still got 2.
Yeah, visual and sound.
Yep.
Nice.
Nothing too upsetting. Less for Wicked, less for Emilia Perez. They got their song, and they got supporting for Zoe Saldana. And like you said, you liked her acceptance speech.
Oh my goodness. And like, regardless, I don't have any kind of, like, I'm not singling out Amelia Perez, had it won, but we're talking about what we like and what we've seen and what we're passionate about. And let's just say, if you gave me a list of 5 movies and told me what their synopsis was, and one of those films was about something that let's say a children's movie about children, directed by children, I could think of nothing more horrible for me. But that doesn't mean that I don't like. I'm not disrespecting the movie. I was like, I would just never pick it. That's just not a film that I would want to see, and that's where Amelia Perez falls for me. Like, I've got nothing against it, but it just is not a synopsis of something that I particularly want to watch. But I might watch it now, just sort of based on I don't know. I like what she had to say about it, and I would almost reward her acceptance speech with a watch of a movie that I'm not really that interested in. And I want to be like real firm. Is like, I don't feel the need to watch every single movie that comes out. I don't feel the need to watch every single nominated movie that comes out on time. Years from now, I'll get to it when it feels right for me. It took me almost 50 years to watch Citizen Kane, and I watched it at the right time where it was powerful for me. And I don't need anyone else to direct like what my timeline of thing is. Like, we were talking about that, like sort of the idea on network television where everybody controls the programming and you don't even get to control the advertisements you watch. Yeah. Where at least on social media, you're kind of in control of what advertisements you get because you accept cookies and it uses your content. On network television where the Oscars stream, you don't get any choice in those things. And so, like, I want to do things on my timeline. And if I decide that I want to watch it, I totally will, and I will be honest about what my feelings about it are. There's nothing about it that upsets me, whereas I would say almost with Wicked, I won't watch it for a couple of different reasons. A, it's not, and I've said this, it's in no disrespect, but I have Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, you've already got your version of the story.
I have Dorothy, and I have the Good Witch, and I have the Bad Witch. And now it's time for a new generation to have those same things for them, but it's not for me. It wasn't created for me. I don't need to pretend that it's for me. I don't even need to attempt to watch it. There's nothing about it that it won't do anybody any good. It won't do them any good, except for, hey, here's what I would do. I would put it on. I would mute it, and I'd put a blanket over the TV so that Netflix, so somebody could make some money off of it.
Yeah.
Rather than my TV just sit idle. And if that's the way that I can help filmmakers make money, then I would do that. It's not like I hate Wicked. It's just not for me. There's no reason for me to watch it. I don't need to be like, oh, saw Wicked, I'm going to give it 1.5 stars. Man, I want to watch the movies that I want to watch. And I feel like Amelia Perez, like just based on her acceptance speech, I feel like I should reward with a watch.
Reward it.
But not until I see Nickel Boys or Real Pain.
Yeah.
Or a rewatch of The Brutalist.
There's a few for my list that I need to get to now that the Oscars are over.
I'd like to rewatch Honora. I'd like to rewatch The Brutalist, or probably as far as Oscar hangover movies that I've seen. Those are too high on my list that I would like to revisit out of all of the clips that we just saw. Nosferatu will come in on its own, and Dune 2 will probably be like a once a year rewatch for me anyway, for a while anyway. Sorry, Timmy. I hope you pick a really good role. I hope Marty Supreme kicks ass and you're back up there in nomination. I hope it's that kind of movie, and it could be. Well, who knows? But if what Mr. B says is true, that you're doing coke with your girlfriend, I say graduate to heroin and get yourself some addictions to fight off, and
get some demons or some skeletons.
Let's say that. All right. So you remember in Walk the Line when Joaquin was sort of rehabbing. Man, I was like, here's the thing. I did not think that Timmy's performance was as good as Joaquin's as Johnny Cash in Walk the Line, because I believed that Joaquin had demons. And the Joker proves this. Yeah. And I think that I think it's a necessary element. So Timmy's charming and fun, and I would love to hang out with him too. This ain't nothing about that. I just think that for Academy Award level, and it took Leo a long time to get the same thing. So should not be discouraging to Timothée Chalamet at all.
No, not at all.
in any kind of way. Like, I know that he wants, like maybe this is a favor to everyone that's going to keep him on the top of his game.
It might keep him hungry.
And but I think it'll show that if we look at these past winners that we really agree with best actors, is there's some sort of haunting in the performance. There is something that's deeply disturbing and sorrowful, and they just have access to the shadow side of performance that's believable, and it's like this person has experienced firsthand what hell is like. And Tim's just not had one of those, like he's not had any of roles that really require that kind of digging deep, because I mean, Bob Dylan's not a tragic figure.
No. So you're looking for believable tragedy in Best Actor, as opposed to, is there any difference in what you're looking for in Best Actress? Because we're talking about demons and believability and the darkness surrounding it. Do you think that's a uniquely more male role that we're looking for? No, because I preferred
Cate Blanchett's Lydia Tarr, which was a deeply disturbed and haunted performance.
Yeah.
And look, I mean, and well researched. And I'm not. This is not to take away from Michelle Yeoh at all, but like Kate dove into the research, and like I believe that like if she played a drug addict, I believe it. If she's played a crazy person with unstable mental health, and I believe that. And I just think something has happened in her life, and she tends to take those types of roles. But it's not what I'm like when I'm looking for. It's just about like if I'm presented with 5 choices or 10 choices, and I tend to sort of analyze as I'm watching a movie. Like I thought Jesse Plemons was totally deserving of nomination love this year, as I did with Josh O'Connor.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's not like I'm looking for, and Josh O'Connor did like here's the thing, I would almost say that Josh O'Connor in Challengers, for him, I believed that he was a struggling poor tennis player, and I don't think that's who he is, and that's a facet of Timmy's side, is that he's sort of missing some of those. Like I don't know that I could believe him as a hobo or him as a person struggling with addiction. And I could be surprised that this is where I would like to see him turn his, his agent towards finding some roles that are a little more dynamic and maybe a little more independent.
Get more bones and all.
A little more bones and all, for sure, or even the King. Yeah, so I think there's plenty of time left out there. I'm disappointed for Demi Moore, but as I know that I said it on text, is that I would struggle if I was a voter, because the more powerful performance was Mikey Madison, because what she gave to Honora was everything that that no one else did. Where Substance had Dennis Quaid and Margaret Qualley sort of carrying it, and Cora Lee, and sort of the body horror aspect and the prosthetics, and it's not taken away from to me. I just feel like it was a shorter movie. Honora was a little bit longer. Mikey Madison was in every scene, and she transformed herself.
She had to do more work.
I think she did more work, so for bang for buck, and I think that the transformation that she did for that role was a lot more, because let's say Demi Moore, she sort of embodies exactly what her character was about. She's an aging actress that never really got any love, is certainly not getting love currently. And Mikey Madison transformed from like a shy California girl into a emboldened, brassy Brooklyn Jewish sex worker that wants to take on the world. Dude, you'll be so impressed, I think, with the performance after you watch it, and you'll understand it. I don't want to talk too much more about it until after you've seen it, really. But I don't think I've said anything that her winning the award didn't already sort of indicate.
No.
Boom.
Well, Lord Marcus, it's been a wonderful 2024 film season.
For reals?
To get to the Oscars this year in March 2025.
I think we're going to have to give a couple more months before we can do like a definitive wrap of like our top 10.
Yeah.
But we could probably do that in conjunction with like a free agency episode.
Yeah.
Wrap up some getting some of these teams onto our some of these films onto our team, because I'll be vying for The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown,
Totally.
Black Dog,
Great film. Great independent
Honora,
film.
The Substance.
It sounds like you're giving away your list right now.
I'm going to be bidding on them, and I'm going to want them on a team so I can absolutely say that 2024 was the year of the Lord Marcus and not Mr. Bean.
Well, you definitely won 2023.
I got to shut you out. All right.
Thanks for joining us on our Oscar live thoughts. This episode works as a watch along, or it also works as you just listening to our opinions while we watched the Oscars to tell you what we think about it. Let us know. What do you think we got right with the Oscars? What do you think we got wrong?
And Mr.
Not that we care what you think about what we got wrong, because we have our own opinions, but what do you think we got wrong? You can find us on our Instagram at The Film Dogs. You can also find us on Facebook under Film Dogs. We're both in the ether of MUBI and of Letterboxd. We love MUBI of the week. But on Letterboxd, you can find me under Mr. B or Brent Blurry, or you can find Lord Marcus under Lord Marcus / Mark Robinson.
I will leave you with this one thought. I hope that peace will be with you.
And also with you. Woof.